to a big puzzle that I'm struggling with a lot. Yep. I am... Ooh. Maybe not so struggling today. Welcome. I forgot to say that. That would be rude. So, I try not to be rude, but sometimes it happens just because, you know, I'm me. Not that I want to be rude, but it kind of just pops out. Is that normal, or is it just me? If it's just me, well, too bad. For me, obviously. I don't know where I was going with that. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know by now that I like talking. I'm hard to shut up sometimes. You can't shut me up unless you turn me off, so, you know, please don't. Subscribe to my channel instead. That will make me happy. And talk even more. Probably. But then you can wonder, can I talk more than I already do? Well, you might find out. That was not really where I was going with this. Yet again, I do the same thing I do a lot. I intend to start with something and then I end up somewhere completely different. But it's okay. I mean, that's how it is. And I'm going to try to not be rude, but I'm not going to look at you too much today because I'm going to try to focus on the puzzle. For once. You can already tell that's going to be hard. I'm gonna work on it. I mean, the puzzle is why we're here. Sort of. I mean, I'm here anyway, but you might be here for the puzzle. Possibly. Very possibly. But I want to tell you, not a story, because I don't think I'm such a good storyteller that would be like a whole thing, but I want to tell you something that happened, because it's, okay, maybe not as much fun, or I thought it was a bit fun, so we're gonna call it was a bit fun. For me anyway, sort of. Not all of it. Some of it was more like, oh my god. But you know, those moments, they happen. It's winter. I live in Norway. And sometimes when it's winter, it snows. And sometimes when it's winter and it hasn't been snowing for a while and then all the snow comes at once, that occasionally lead to, well, different things. Like, some people are really, really pissed off. First, I think because they just don't like snow. But I mean, like, if you don't like snow, don't live in Norway. So, maybe move if you don't like snow. Move somewhere where they don't have snow. So, yeah. Some people just get, like, really annoyed and pissed off. Which is unfortunate for them. As long as they don't bug me, I ain't got a problem. If they start annoying me, then I might have a bit of a problem, but I'm not going to do much about it. So, we're mostly good. Point is, yesterday it snowed. I mean, it started like the night before, starting to snow a little, but not so much that you had to go shovel. So, it was all fine and good for a while. Because, you know, I was asleep. It was in the middle of the night, so it was good. I didn't care. And then the morning came and I was like, well, I guess I have to do a little bit of shoveling before I can leave for work. So I did that. And that was fine. And then I got to work. It was still fine. It was getting to be a little, I mean, slightly dicey in some places, so you had to drive carefully, which is, you know, you should always be careful when you drive. It's a vehicle. It's heavy, so if you hit someone, it's gonna end up badly usually. But yeah, I drove to work. I parked my car. We were still good. And I could obviously see throughout the day that it was still snowing. And snowing and snowing, and it didn't stop. So I was thinking to myself, well, when I get off work, it's gonna take me a while to get home first because I would have to get all the snow off my car. And secondly, because that much snow, I don't remember, I don't know exactly how much, but it was quite a bit of snow. And it was windy, so it kept moving. So the snow, it took a while for them to move the snow away from the roads. The first challenge, however, were not the roads. It was the parking lot. I had parked my car at the parking lot at school, like I always do. And when it was time to go home, I obviously had to push all the snow off my car, which was fine. It's not a big problem. It just takes a bit of time, and I'm okay with that because I like snow sometimes. So that was not a problem for me anyway. I had the right tools for it, so not an issue at all. The challenge came when I was trying to get out of the parking lot. I mean, I had been watching the entertainment while I was wiping snow off my car. My entertainment was all the other people in the parking lot wanting to get out of the parking lot to go home. They had shoveled the snow away from their car. And then, as I said, the challenge came because the parking lot still had a lot of snow on it. Too many cars and not enough time to shovel everything. So that led to a bit of a challenging time of getting the car out of the parking lot. Or at least it could seem that way, because I work at what kind of school? High school, I would guess. The students are mostly between the ages of 16 and 19. And there were some of the guys that were out helping people. So whenever you got whenever you got in the car and was gonna go off the parking lot, they came running to help push your car so you didn't get stuck. It was so nice of them, and I think they had a blast. I mean, judging by the sounds and how they were talking, how elated everyone was, I'd say it's pretty safe to say that they were having fun. And also, they didn't have to be in class. I'm sure the teacher let them off to help out, everyone. So that was probably a good time for them. As I said, it certainly sounded like it. And so I had shoveled away my car, shoveled away the snow, and then as I said, was lucky because the guys were still around. So they just easily pushed my car so I could get off the parking lot. So that was if the guys hadn't been there, I would have had a problem. I don't have a big car. It's not very big. It's not very heavy, which is in some cases is a good thing. But when you're trying to basically leap over a bunch of snow with your car, that's actually not helping. You would think that it would because it's very lightweight, but it's not, because it gets stuck in it. Well, it could get stuck just about everywhere, it feels like. So if the guys hadn't been on that parking lot, the teenagers, I would have had a rather big problem. Thankfully, as I said, I didn't, because the guys were there helping out. Honestly, I have no idea how many people they helped out. I heard it mentioned. Someone said I was like their 10th or their 12th car. So, and I saw when I was getting pushed off the parking lot to not get stuck that they were like several other people wiping snow off their car to be kind of like the next one to get pushed off the parking lot. So, yeah, that was very helpful. That was very kind of them. And as I said, honestly, it was really amusing to watch them because they were having such a good time. And it's fun to see people having a good time in the snow instead of like, you know, the cranky adults that are like, oh my god, so much snow, I have to shovel it, and like me. That's not very fun to look at or listen to for that matter. So looking at those guys like having such a blast pushing the cars and helping people that obviously really needed to be helped, trust me. We were so stuck, some of us. So yeah, that in itself was great. The next part, not so great, because, you know, I drove home, almost, and it took a bit of time because there had been an accident. As far as I could tell, people were fine, the police were already there and helping out and all that. So that seemed to work out okay, which is obviously good. But then, because my garage is a tiny bit away from my house, not far, but like it takes me 2 minutes or so to walk from my garage to my house, and I don't mind it. I'm totally okay with that. The thing is, by the time I got to my garage, this is like many garages in one place basically. The challenge was that place had a lot of snow. It had not been shoveled yet. So I thought, well, if I could just get to a certain place, I would be okay, and then I tried to like dig my way into the garage later. Yeah, the idea was good. The execution, however, a little flawed, because lo and behold, I got stuck. And I mean, I got real stuck. I think I worked like sitting in my car, like kind of trying to move it forward and then backwards and then forwards and then backwards, and just, no, I was stuck. Couldn't get anywhere. And I'm not the strongest person. So I was thinking to myself, well, I have no idea how I'm gonna make this work, because I apparently have a big problem now. That sucked a little. But I thought, well, I can't leave my car here, so I have to move it. But considering I was coming home from work, my choice of clothing wasn't exactly like ready to go out and shovel snow. So I figured, well, I put on the, what do you call them in English? Emergency lights? Maybe that's what you call them? I don't know. I don't know all English words. And I've said that many times before. But I put those lights on. I was going up to my house to change clothes and try to, like, I'm not even sure. It's like, did I really think I would be able to dig my way to get my car unstuck and then put it in a good place in the parking lot? Like, what was I thinking? Have I met me? Please don't answer that, because sometimes I wonder. But yeah, that was very unfortunate. And lately I'm also struggling to open the garage door because the lock is a little it struggles. For some reason. I don't know how to fix it. Luckily, I'm gonna have someone come fix it tomorrow, so it should be good. But that was yet another thing. It's like, I don't think I can even get my car in the garage because I can't open the garage door. Luckily for me, between my garage and my house, my front door, I have to walk past some neighbors, and one of them was outside shoveling snow. And he's a nice guy. So when I asked him, I was like, hey, I got stuck in the snow. I feel really dumb. I mean, I'm from the countryside. I'm used to snow. Getting stuck in the snow shouldn't be a thing that I do. But I did. And he was almost done shoveling his own driveway. And I asked him if he could very, very kindly, please help me. And as I said, he was kind, so he said yes to help me. And while I was standing there talking to him and asking, the tractor that shovels like between the houses and the parking lot and all, that one came by and shoveled the road. So the end of that story is that thank God I have good neighbors and that there are good people around that are willing to help me out when I get, stuck in the snow. So it ended up being a good thing. Or let me rephrase that one. Getting stuck in the snow is not a good thing, but it did end well because my car got unstuck with the help of others, and it all worked out. And a part of me was like, it worked out. Cool. I really don't hope I get stuck in the snow again because, as I said, it made me feel a little silly. I mean, as I said, I'm from the countryside. I'm used to snow. I should know better. For some of it, at least. Like, yeah, me getting stuck in the snow, it felt a little embarrassing. So now I'm making it even more embarrassing by telling you guys, because why not? I thought it was fun. Maybe the story isn't as fun, or maybe it is. I don't know. I'm not necessarily the best storyteller, I think. Sometimes I am. I mean, I have managed to make people laugh. So sometimes it works out, I guess. But yeah, that was welcome to winter kind of story. It's like, I should know this. I should not get stuck in the snow. What happens? I get stuck in the snow. Yeah. But sometimes things don't necessarily always go according to plan. Clearly. I mean, if things went according to plan, I would not have been stuck in the snow. I mean, come on. I will say though, I mean, I have been driving for many years. I have no idea how many, but I've been driving for many years. And that is the first time I've gotten stuck in the snow. Or is it? I think it is. Out of things that I can remember, it's the first time I've been stuck in the snow. I mean, I don't always remember everything, so I could be mistaken. Hopefully not, but yeah. I don't think I've been stuck in the snow before. I think I would have remembered that. Like, yeah. It was not the most fun when it happened, but when I think about it, I mean, the results were pretty good, in my opinion, because I was proven correct when I say people are good, because they are. And so many people showed that they were good yesterday. when I got stuck in the snow. So, it's not all bad. In fact, it's a lot of good, thankfully. So that was my snow story. And as you can tell, I'm still struggling a bit with the puzzle. Or, I mean, I can't even say that I'm struggling with the puzzle. I'm struggling with the edge. So, yeah. I mean, it's hard. It really is. It's surprisingly hard. So, but I will figure it out. Eventually. I hope. I will. I mean, I feel this is taking way longer than I thought it would. And it's not like really discouraging. Is that the right word? Discouraging? Like, you know, a bit of a bummer? In a way, it's a bit of a bummer. Because I thought, yeah, I didn't think about everything. I never do, but like, I did not realize this edge, or yeah, the edge pieces would make up a border. If I had known, would I still bought the puzzle? Yes, because it's a pretty picture. I like pretty pictures. I'm not a fan of ugly pictures, kind of obviously, but, or maybe it's not that obvious. I mean, there are sure some people that like ugly pictures too, I think, right? I don't know. I believe so. But I'm not one of those that like ugly pictures. However, to call a picture ugly is very much like, you know, we all have different tastes. So what I think is ugly, someone else might think is absolutely gorgeous. I'd probably think that they're a little insane for it, or at least weirdly crazy, if they thought a picture that I thought was really ugly, if they thought it... I forgot to pay attention to the time, so my camera shut off. And I think you missed it. I put the first corner on or in or, well, something. I have a corner that's connected to other pieces. It's very exciting. Or, I at least find it very exciting. So, yeah. I should probably stop saying that I'm struggling all the time because it's getting annoying. At least in my opinion. I'm just gonna move a little here. Because sometimes when the pieces are too far away, they're so hard to see. Because of the glare from the ceiling light. It's making it a little hard at times. But I am sure we will figure it out. Well, we can't necessarily like figure it out together because you're not here with me. And I mean, I have so many subscribers now. At least in my opinion. It's kind of bonkers. I love it. But if like all of you were here, you would not fit in my living room. So I guess it's good you're like wherever you are. Hopefully. Unless you're living in an absolute shithole, then, you know, not as good, I guess. But if you're living in a shithole, I hope that you at some point get to live somewhere a little bit better. Somewhere you enjoy, that is not a shithole. And is that allowed to be said out loud on YouTube? I don't know. I'm not English speaking. I just say a bunch of words. I do my best to string them together in hopefully meaningful sentences that, make sense. Sometimes I don't think that I always make sense, so whoops, I guess. But I don't have to. I'm just gonna say, well, it's part of my charm to not always make sense. And just hope that, people just accept it. Would they? I don't know. I mean, people accept so many things. To the point where I wonder, what on earth is going on? And I think the answer is, we don't know, we're just seeing where it goes. At least that's what it feels like sometimes. Like everyone's doing their own thing. Cool. Everyone's going a little crazy. Maybe not so cool. Maybe I'm going a little crazy. Sometimes I wonder about that too. Maybe not. Maybe a little. I'm sure you have noticed. For some reason, I seem to have less of a filter when I talk to you guys than when I talk to, well, you obviously don't know me, but you know this because, you haven't met me in real life. But I have quite not sure how to put it. I have a lot of filter when I talk to people, like in real life. But then I come on here and then it just randomly puts out everything that's on my mind. In my mind? On my mind? Something with the mind. So yeah, this is definitely very unfiltered. Because I just keep on talking. I don't always do that. Well, obviously this is real life, but I don't do it the same way. Possibly also because I know I can edit this later if I really want to. But then the sentences would get really weird. I mean, I've seen some things that have been edited, and some of it gets really weird really fast, and I think it's because they have I don't even know, but they have to put things together in a way that just basically says, well, we have this time slot and we can't expand it, so we gotta cut a lot, or some, and then all of a sudden not everything makes sense because they cut people off mid-sentence sometimes, and it's well, that all of a sudden what they're saying don't make sense. Why do they do that? At least let people finish their sentences. And I'm gonna go with that is the good thing about having a YouTube channel. I don't have to cut myself off mid-sentence if I don't want to. So I think that's a good thing. Some TV shows or some kind of what can I say, those kind of things gets a little, some of it gets a little weird in my opinion because the editing, man, the editing. What's up with the editing? And I am not the best at editing, so sure, I have some weird cuts some places, but I try to not cut myself off because I don't think that's very nice. So I try to avoid that. Does it still happen? Yeah. As I said, I'm not that good at editing. I want to be better though. So I'm gonna try to work on it. Whoop, gosh, was it this one? This one? But it's gonna take some time. Obviously, if you want to get good at something, you have to spend a lot of time and energy to practice and work on it. And I mean, sometimes I wonder, it's like, well, is it worth it? Can I really get as good as I want to? It's like, well, if you don't practice, you're not gonna get anywhere. You have to practice, but if you practice, it might actually work out, you know? At least that's what I'm hoping for. That if I practice, that I mean, even if you suck at something, if you practice, you will eventually get better. I believe that it is inevitable. You can't like practice a ton then never get better. That's not how it works, you know? If you practice, you will at some point get better. For some, the practice time might take longer than for others, and I guess that's why that's why a lot of people don't make it, because they don't practice, because it's gotta take time. It will take a shit ton of time, and a lot of people don't really have the patience for it. And to an extent, I can't blame them. I don't always have the, you know, the gosh, what word am I looking for? I don't always have like the willpower, I guess, to practice something for a lot, because sometimes I get bored and sometimes I realize that's not what I want. And if it's the fact that I realize it's not what I want, I don't have to practice. Unless like it's something that I have to because my boss tells me or something. But when it comes to that, in a little bit more than a month, I'll be without a boss because I won't have a job. That is freaking me out, but you know, I'll find a way. Keep your fingers crossed for me. Please, I'm gonna need it. So, oh my. Was it this one? I think it was this one. Oh my god, look at that, look at that. What do you know? Nope. 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 I'm gonna get really eager now. It's like I have to figure this one out. And I completely forgot what I was saying. I'm sorry about that. Like seriously, I have no idea what I was just saying. Hopefully it was something smart. Possibly not. But look at that! I don't think this is the whole, like, top down. I feel like there should be more in between. But on the other hand, I don't have a corner, and I don't know if this corner is this corner. Or I don't know if this corner goes here. That got very confusing for me. Let's have tea. I have a question. When you watch videos like this, what do you do while watching? I mean, I'm currently making it, so it's a completely different thing. But when you watch videos like this, what do you do? I mean, I know what I usually do. And not my previous video, but I've started this year making videos about basically what I do when I watch. When I watch YouTube videos. Not that I said anything about that in the video, I think, but does it go? Yes. But what do you do when you watch videos? I mean, what I do when I watch videos like this, I usually have something to drink. Very often it's tea because I like it. Other times it's, I don't know the English words. I'm not sure if it is an English word for it. In Norwegian it's called soft. How do I explain that? I mean, God, what is that in English? I have no idea. But it's basically I have no idea how to explain it. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll explain it in a different video. But I usually have tea or something else to drink while I watch YouTube videos. And I sorry, I'm distracting myself again. And I usually either knit or crochet when I watch YouTube videos. So I'm curious. I mean, like, do you just sit and do nothing but stare at the screen? Do you clean your house and don't really watch, but just like check it out? Or do you, I don't even know. What do you do when you watch YouTube videos? Because for me, it's like when you watch it, you know, watch. But I don't know. What do you do when you are playing your YouTube videos? Do you sit down and watch and focus and pay attention, or are they on in the background? Or I'm curious. Woohoo! I just found two pieces that fit together again. This is so exciting. But yeah, what do you do when you watch YouTube videos? I would love to know because I am very curious. In case you haven't noticed, I'm curious. Tell me all the things. Unless it's disturbing things, that I don't want to know that. But yeah, tell me what you do when you watch videos, YouTube videos. I would possibly love to know, possibly not. I mean, I'll find out, I guess, whether I like to actually know it or not. But yeah, I think I'm gonna take a break here. I think I did a good job. Just gonna leave it at that. I feel like I did a good job on my puzzle right now, so I'm gonna take a break. But as I said, what do you do when you watch YouTube videos? Please let me know down in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video.